Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to our third lecture of engineering metrology. Let us take a short review of previous lecture. In previous lecture, we have seen the concept of accuracy and precision, then the difference between the accuracy and precision, then short basic concepts: sensitivity, irritability, repeatability, reproducibility, then calibration, need of calibration, then traceability, definition of traceability, then interchangeability, advantages of interchangeability, then amplification and magnification. Now let us see the first point, that is errors and sources of errors in the measurement. So what is the definition of error? Actually, error is the difference between measured value and true value or actual value. Error is the small difference between measured value, whatever the measurement that we have taken, or the value that we have got after the measurement, that is known as measured value, and true or actual value, that means it is the reference value or standard value for the measurement. Suppose if we want to measure the dimension of 10 millimeter, then 10 millimeter will become a true value or actual value, but actually we are getting one reading as 9.99 or 10.01 or something like that, which is very close to the 10 millimeter. Then that difference, particular difference between the actual measured value and actual value, is known as error. So the error may arise due to the characteristic of measuring instruments or the process that is followed for the measurement, or the environmental conditions. Okay, on these factors the error is depends, because due to these factors the accuracy of the measuring instruments which has decreases, so that the instrument will not give us the actual reading, so that there is the production of small error or the small difference between the measured value and true value, and that difference is known as error. Then classification of errors or the sources of errors. So there are basically two types. First is the controllable error or systematic error, second is the random error. Then the controllable error or systematic error has different types, that is calibration error, ambient or environmental error, Stiller's pressure error, then avoidable errors. Okay, so first is controllable or systematic errors. These errors are controllable both in magnitude as well as direction. If proper attempts are made to analyze these errors can be identified, these errors can be reduced, these errors can be controlled. So that's why these errors are known as controllable errors or systematic errors. Now the sources of controllable errors or systematic errors, or the sources of errors. First is calibration error. As we are using the measuring instrument for as we have used the measuring instruments for a longer period of time, in that case, due to the tear and wear of various parts of a measuring instruments, there may be a chances of production of errors, because whatever the line standards and end standards and slip gauges which are varies from the nominal value by a small amount, and that small amount or that error is known as the calibration error. Sometimes inertia hysteresis effect of the instrument do not allow instruments to give accurate readings. For that, take an example: single transmission error such as voltage drop, signal transmission error such as voltage drop along the wire connecting sensing element, transducer with output readout device, electric meter or the measuring instruments. Then ambient or environmental errors. Due to the variation in the atmospheric conditions like temperature, pressure, it may introduce the error in the measured size of the components. That error is known as environmental error. The variation in the atmospheric temperature is more severe factor. Then the error occur in the measurement due to the expansion and contraction of the components, because due to the temperature there may be a temperature change, there may be a expansion or contraction of the component being measured. So that the error produced is known as the environmental error or ambient error. If all the measurements of the workpiece are carried out by the same instrument at the same temperatures, but if the temperature of measuring instrument and workpiece are not same, in that case also there is the production of that error, that is known as environmental error or ambient errors. Okay, so the third is stilus or contact pressure error. For that, let us see the definition, the diagram. Here, the contact pressure error or stilus error. Suppose this is a workpiece, and this is a stilus, and we are measuring by using the stilus, but due to the compression at a higher surface or outer surface of a workpiece, there is the deformation of the workpiece due to that pressure of the stilus, so that the stilus will show us a error or the difference in the measured value, and that value or that error is known as the contact pressure error or stilus error. What happens due to the pressure of the stilus? There is the small deformation of the workpiece, and due to that deformation there is a small variation in the actual value and the true value or the measured value, so that error introduced is known as the contact pressure error. Now the fourth error, that is avoidable errors or observational errors. These errors actually occurs due to the misalignment of workpiece centers. The error due to the misalignment that is caused, that is known as the observational error or avoidable error. For example, when the reading is taken with the help of pointer, then some error may be introduced in the measurement if the graduated scale does not lie in the plane. That means we are not observing the reading, we are not taking the reading exactly normal to the scale, but if we are taking that reading at a particular angle, in that case also there may be a chances of production of observational errors. In that case, if we are observing that scale at a certain angle, then the error produced, that is known as a parallax error. That error is known as a parallax error. Let us see the diagram of it to understand the parallax error. This is the parallax error. We have to observe the reading that is normal to the graduated scale, but normal means perpendicular. But if we are observing that scale from point E at a certain angle theta, in that case there is the chances of production of error that is equal to small e. Such a type of error introduced that is known as parallax error. The second type that is random errors or avoidable errors, unavoidable errors. These errors cannot be avoidable, so that these errors are known as unavoidable errors. These are actually accidental in nature and occur randomly at any time. That may happen at any time. That error may introduce at any time. So that errors are known as random errors or unavoidable errors. They cannot be predictable. They cannot be predicted or avoided. Random errors are non-consistent. That means they are not consistent, but they are inherent in a measuring systems. Then sources of these random errors: a small variation in the position of standard and workpiece being measured. Small variation in the position of standard and workpiece being measured during the setup of measuring arrangement. While making the setup for the measurement, if there is a small variation between the positions of standard, whatever the standard or the scale that we are using, and between that scale and between the workpiece, that small variation may introduce the error that is known as the random error. Then little displacement of levers or joints in the measuring instrument. If any part like joints, pins, or anything, levers that are displaced from their original position and get settled at other position, in that case there is the production of random errors. Then transient fluctuations in the friction in the measuring instruments. Operator error in the reading pointer type displays or engraved scales. Then let us see the difference between the systematic errors and random errors. The first is systematic errors or avoidable errors that can be avoidable. These errors are consistent and repetitive in nature. Consistent and repetitive in nature and are in the similar form. Okay, so that's why the error is known as a systematic error. Then in random errors, these errors non-consistent and these are accidental in nature. That means happen anytime, at any time. That cannot be predictable. Then the second point is that they occur due to the improper conditions or methods of measurement. The reason for the systematic error is that these errors occurs due to the improper conditions or methods of measurement. Then random errors, they are inherent in the measuring system or measuring instrument. It is assumed that random error occurrence is bound to be there. That means already random error is existed in a measuring instruments that cannot be avoidable. Already existing. That means these are inherent in the measuring system. That's why it is assumed that the random error occurrence is fixed, that cannot be changed. Okay, so only option is that to change the measuring instrument or to recalibrate the measuring instrument. Then the third point of difference is, except human error, all other systematic errors can be controlled in magnitude and sense or direction. Except human errors, all the other systematic errors that can be controlled in the magnitude and sense. Then random errors, these are specific. That errors also has a specific cause, the magnitude, specific direction. So that cannot be determined from the knowledge of measuring system or the condition at the time of measurement. Okay, so we cannot predict, or we cannot determine, we cannot calculate the random errors at the time of measurement. Then in case of systematic errors, again fourth point, the errors can be identified and reduced if attempts are made to analyze them. That means if we find out the systematic errors, actually where the source of error is there, in that case we can easily reduce that systematic errors. Then in case of random errors, these errors cannot be eliminated because that are fixed with the instrument, that comes with the instrument. Then but the result obtained can be corrected. Then the fifth point, they include calibration errors due to the variation in the environmental conditions, variation in the contact pressure, parallax error. Now in the case of random errors, they includes a small variation in the position of the standard parts or workpiece, slight displacement of levers, joints, pins in the measuring instruments, then the transient fluctuation in the friction in the measuring instrument, operator error due to the incorrect reading of engraved scales or readout or the display device. Then the sixth point, in the case of systematic errors, that is statistical methods do not operate on the systematic errors. Statistical methods, whatever the statistical methods that do not operate on a systematic error. By using the statistical methods, we can operate the random errors and easily find out the actual reading. So these are some sources of errors. First is the effect of supports. Let us see if actually in this figure the support that is the supports that are parallel to each other and due to the flatness of a beam or any component, the distance between the two support is, that is S. The distance between the two support is S. But in case of in the second figure, we can see there is a curvature to the surface, so that the total distance between the 2 points is 0.5444 L. That means that is different from the S. So that due to the curve, there is the variation in the measured value, so that there is the production of error. So that type of error is known as, or the source is known as, effect of support. Then the misalignment, effect of alignment. If the component being measured, it is aligned at a certain angle, in that case the error produced that effect, that error is known as the alignment error or the angle error. Then contact pressure, already we have seen. Then parallax error, that also we have seen. Then dust, due to the dust particles there may be a chances of error in the measurement. Then errors due to the vibrations. If the whatever the workpiece or the system, that setup, measuring setup, that has a particular vibrations, then in that case there is the production of error. That error is known as error due to the vibrations. Then error due to the poor contact. If you see in the diagram, the workpiece is a circular or it has a curvature. In that case, the anvils of measuring instrument, suppose we are measuring it with the micrometer. In that case, the anvils of measuring instrument that are not coming into proper contact with the workpiece due to the curvature of the workpiece, so that there is the error. Due to that poor contact, there is the production of error, and that error is due to the contact. Then error due to the wear in gauges. For longer use, due to the longer use, there is the wear out of gauges, so that it will not show the exact measurement, or there may be the production of errors. Then errors due to the changes in the environmental conditions, that already we have seen. Then errors due to the improper or lack of calibration, that also we have seen, the calibration error. Okay. So let us stop. Okay, thank you.